think the general public is not aware of the degree to which the unions control the Democratic Party. This is, one does not need to speculate on this point. Last year, President Biden held an EV summit where Tesla was explicitly not allowed to come, but the UAW was. So now Tesla's made 2/3 of all electric vehicles in the United States. So deliberately excluding us from an EV summit at the White House, but including the UAW, that tells you all you need to know. The reality is the UAW would prefer that Tesla was dead or unionized, but not anything but alive and unionized. And they are no fans of sustainable energy. They have for sustainable energy the entire way. So now at Tesla, far from, like Tesla has the highest pay in the auto industry. And moreover, the people that work at our Fremont plant have like, 5 job offers to work somewhere else. There's negative unemployment in the Bay Area. Like try hiring someone in the Bay Area. It's ridiculous. There's negative unemployment. So our challenge is how do we convince people to stay given the many other opportunities that they have, let alone a union. Like they're like, what, we don't need a union? I've got 5 other jobs. That's the real reason. It's the complete opposite from what they're characterizing. And the UAW has never been able to get even enough people to do a vote, let alone get to 50%. And California is an extremely pro-union state. There's nothing you can do to stop a union if they want to come in. It's like the California will roll out the red carpet. So then the UAW is basically forced to engage in like dirty tricks and attempt to demonize me and anyone else associated with the company. It's like if the company's like basically if the company's run by someone who's perceived to be good, then they have trouble unionizing because they're like, well, he's a good guy. Why would you want to unionize that company? So they have to make me evil somehow. And so I do not, as you can tell, I don't like the UAW because they have run a dirty tricks campaign on me since at least 2017. Basically, the point at which they thought maybe Tesla wasn't going to go bankrupt. Because while they thought Tesla was going to go bankrupt, there was no point in dirty tricks. When they thought Tesla might not go bankrupt, that's when the dirty tricks and the sort of smear campaign started. So I'm not a huge fan of them. Now, their attacks did lose a bit of the wind in the sails when the president of the UAW was sent to prison. So that took a little wind out of their sails. And then when the next UAW president, who was supposed to be the person who would clean things up, when he was sent to prison, that also took some more wind out of their sails. But since then, recently in the last several months, they've sort of back to their old tricks. So. And I mean, they have so much power over the White House that they can exclude Tesla from an EV summit.
It's insane.
Insane. And just in case the first thing, in case that wasn't enough, then you have President Biden with Mary Barra at a subsequent event, congratulating Mary for having led the EV revolution.
This is 26 EVs in Q4 of last year.
Exactly. This is it. I believe it was in the same quarter that GM delivered 26 electric vehicles, and Tesla delivered 300,000. It's like not 26,000, 26. This is what they said. Like it's not us saying, you're artificially saying their number is low. No, that's what they put in their earnings report. Okay, we're just reading it.
Yeah.
So, like, that's like some next level insanity. So, I mean, so it's not like a sort of a conspiracy theory. It's just like just observe what, like, if anyone is a remotely impartial observer, just observe the actions, and what other conclusion could you come to than the current Democratic Party does not support Tesla because it is not unionized. They would rather Tesla was dead than be alive and non-unionized. So, and I think the pressure on this will increase over time. So, the more Tesla is successful, the more Tesla is an existential threat to the UAW. And so the more pressure they'll put on the people that they got elected to do harm to Tesla. About building the factory here, that's, I think, should be noted, is that we built the factory here in less time than it would have taken to get the permits in California. So the typical permitting time for a greenfield in California is 2 years. 2 years, and you're going to get sued by, you're just going to get sued because you're in California. Like, we didn't get any lawsuits here, and we got the factory built in 18 months. I loved living in California, but the problem is you cannot get things done.
Yeah.
So it's like, that's what I mean by, like, this is not like, this is simply a description of fact. And ask anyone who's done a large project in California, how long would it take you to get the approval to proceed and pass CEQA in California for a large project? Oh, 2 years, and you're doing well if you do it in 2 years. And you're going to get a ton of people who's going to sue you just for the hell of it, basically. And like I said, we got this built in 18 months. Less time than it would take to get the permit done in California. And when you go back to the fundamental good of Tesla is to what degree are we accelerating sustainable energy, it matters if we get it done now or in 2 years.
That explains a lot, actually.
Yeah.
I didn't think, yeah.
So we therefore have a choice.
Yeah.
Do we get a factory in California and delay progress by 2 years, or accelerate it by 2 years and do it in Texas?
Yeah.
What is the morally right thing to do? Obviously, Texas.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and unless, like this, California's going to need like a crisis to have deregulation and delitigation. It's just because there are the two entities that most control the Democratic Party are the unions and secondarily the plaintiff bar, lawyers, the plaintiffs bar on the law side. They're basically the lawyers that sue, especially class action. That's who controls the Democratic Party. Anyone who's familiar with the inside baseball of this will agree with me. This is in fact the case, especially in California. So the issue is that the lawyers write the legislation to make it easy to win lawsuits in California, because they funded the election of the officials of the people that got elected got funded by Democrats and lawyers. So then they write the legislation to make it easy to win lawsuits and get gigantic awards because they got the people elected. And you have this sort of circle of this nightmarish circle until there has to be an above 0% chance of a Republican getting elected in California. It has to be above 0%. Otherwise, you have a one-party state.
Consequences action.
Yes, and then the political parties are irrelevant, and it's just the primaries. So that's the situation with California. And unless there's a crisis, I don't see one possible solution is like more open primaries. Like more open primaries, I think would reduce the probability of special interests manipulating the election. I think like in LA, the mayoral election is open primaries or sort of open primaries. It's like it looks like maybe Rick Caruso will get elected, and he's like, I think it'd be great, you know. And but for the most part, California it's gerrymandered to hell and gone, and to ensure a supermajority Democrat outcome.